I'm so glad that you are here today in the house today to hear the word of the Lord, to be encouraged, to be inspired, to go and live your life for God. But there are thousands of people out those doors that don't know Jesus. We need to get our business going. They are the ones that God desperately wants to bring in this house. What makes Jesus so extraordinary? Well, I think there's a couple things. I think number one, what makes him extraordinary is his teaching. The way he would teach, the way he would communicate. Now, I don't know if you know this, but national research has found that 65% of the general population of the world, so 65% of us, we learn by visuals. We are visual learners, meaning that the majority of the people in the world need to be able to visualize what we are learning in order to retain it. And no one understood this better than Jesus. He didn't gather people to come into a space and tell them to bring a notebook, a papaya paper to write down some things. He didn't break down the Greek tense or the different ways that you would say a certain word. No. Jesus told stories. We call them parables. And in these parables, he would use these vivid images to help you and I and the people of the first century truly understand what it meant to live in the kingdom of God. These really complicated matters. He would use these images of weddings and farming and kings and sheep and seeds and paint these vivid pictures of what God's kingdom was actually like. And he had this way of just kind of drawing you in. Like, man, every time he would speak, you would just want more and more and more. There's this moment when some of the religious leaders of the day, they're upset because, Jesus is hanging out with these people who they would refer to as sinners or scums of the earth. And they're just like, man, I can't believe your rabbi. This is the religious leaders talking to the disciples. I can't believe your rabbi would hang out with such rabble, with such despicable company. Like, what is he truly a teacher of God if he's finding himself in spaces and places with these kinds of people, right? And of course, Jesus overhears them. So to help them understand what kind of God they actually didn't know about, he starts to tell them stories. And the first story is centered around this shepherd who has 100 sheep. And at some point, this shepherd realizes that one of the sheep is missing. So he leaves the remaining sheep, all 99 of them, where they are, to go looking for this one sheep. Now, to you and I, that don't make a hill of beans. That don't make sense, right? We're like, wait, why would you leave all of that? It's just one sheep. Like, we don't understand that. But if you allow yourself to be in the shoes of this shepherd, when you think about how much time you spent protecting these sheep from predators and how you feed them and shear them and protect them, you understand why losing one of them would cause you a great deal of grief. A year ago, when we were out in California with Rusty and them, we got this call to come explore a calling to go lead Summit Church. Part of our family visit there one week was they paid for us to go to Disney for the day, right? So we got to go to all 4 parks. It was an incredible gesture and generosity of our church there. And while we were at Animal Kingdom, it was late at night, and we had just gotten off the Avatar ride. If you've been to Disney and you've been on that ride, you know that if you're motion sickness like me, that's a horrible ride. Puked many times, just so you know. So we're family now, okay? And so we get off that ride. I'm not feeling very good. And we stop at this little cafe because we're trying to get some food in me. And we look at the menu and we decide, you know what, this is not a restaurant we want to eat at. So we start to walk away. And so we're just walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and walking. And about 5 minutes later, as parents, you got kids, what do? You just check, right? And you go, 1, 2, okay, we're good. Wait, 1, 2, oh no, where is our middle daughter? We've been walking for 5 minutes. And Disney, that's like 5 hours, right? So she is nowhere to be found. So what do? I say, Ashlyn. That's the first call, right? I hear nothing. I say, Ashlyn. Second call, I hear nothing. Now, parents, what do you do after the third call? You just keep walking, right? No, I'm just kidding. You call out. You say, Ashlyn. I hear nothing. And then, of course, my panic meter goes from 0 to 100 real fast, right? So now I'm like panicking. My wife's like, we're screaming her name. We can't find her. Our oldest daughter, who cares nothing for her sister, is now like, Miss, oh my gosh, you've destroyed my life if you've lost my sister, right? And so we're like running around Disney, Animal Kingdom, trying to find her. I'm screaming. I look like a madman. Ashlyn! Ashlyn! Oh my gosh, where are you? And these people are like, that's a bad parent. Look at him, right? Don't judge me. You've lost your kids too. Don't try that. And so we're screaming, and I finally hear this like faint whimper over by this tree. And I go over and I run, and there's my daughter, and I just pick her up and I scoop her in my hands. And I'm just holding her tight, and I was like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. I'm sorry your mom lost you. I'm so sorry. But I'm like, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to leave you. And she's just wrapped. She's got my neck in a chokehold. In a chokehold for my baby girl. You see, when you lose something precious, it doesn't matter how many they are. Each and every one of them is precious to you, right? Now, here's what Jesus says about this. This is what's really good. Jesus says, in the same way, there is more joy in heaven over one lost sinner who repents and returns to God than over the 99 others who are righteous and have it straight away. Listen, church, listen, Crossroads. I'm so glad that you are here today in the house today to hear the word of the Lord, to be encouraged, to be inspired, to go and live your life for God. But there are thousands of people out those doors that don't know Jesus. We need to get our business going. They are the ones that God desperately wants to bring in this house, right? Come on now.